Hey there, it's Sean Bailey, the Sales Funnel Nerd, and welcome to this video. Today, we're going to build out a sales funnel using ClickFunnels and some email marketing, and we're going to have a good time doing it. So just have a look at our blueprint here. You can see the funnel kind of laid out from end to end, all the pages that we're going to build. I'm going to explain what each one of these pages mean, but first we're just going to kind of look at our funnel objectives for this. So we're going to set up a lead magnet, and we're going to tie that into our email marketing. I'll show you how that works. We're also going to create and set up our core offer. As well, we're going to set up a profit maximizer because that's how we increase our average customer value. And next, we're going to show you how to set up an email campaign and tie it all together between our email marketing platform and ClickFunnels. So let's take a look at our blueprint here and see what's going on. So this is how our sales funnel is going to be mapped out. Now, when we start this up in ClickFunnels, I might have to adjust and change some of the pages here, but this is essentially what we want to achieve. So we're going to have a landing page where people arrive and we can collect their name and information, because if they don't go through this campaign, at least we've got their name and email in a list so that we can market to them with a different campaign. The next page after that is what I'm calling our thank you and fast track, and I'll kind of cover that with you once we build the pages out. Next, we've got our core offer. And that's where most of our emails are going to be pointed to during our 5-day mini course. And I'll show you how that all works as well. After that, we're going to have an upsell for a profit maximizer. And the last thing is going to be our order page where they actually whip out their credit card and make their purchase. And below that, you can see we've got a goodwill email sequence. That's basically once they've made a purchase, we want to send them some kind of customer retention or goodwill email sequence. So here we are over at ClickFunnels, and once you click on Add New Funnel, it's going to kind of give you a choice here. If I go back, this will ask you what your goal is as far as this funnel. So for this one, we want to choose Sell Your Product. We could go with webinars or collecting emails. Any one of those funnels could be changed and adapted into a sales funnel, but for this one, we'll just go with the middle one here and click on Sell Your Product. So let's go with Sales Funnel. We don't need to do product launch or membership, but we'll just go with sales funnel. So this one, I'm just going to call this one test page. Actually, call this one mini course. And then tell it to build funnel. And this is going to build out all 4 of these pages here. So we're going to have to add in a few more pages to match it up to our blueprint. Great. So you can see we've got all of our pages here, so we need to rearrange this and kind of lay this out to match what we want in the blueprint. So after our squeeze page, we're going to have our thank you page. I call it thank you and fast track. So we'll move this up and put it right behind our squeeze page. Then we're going to have our sales page for our core offer. And after that, we'll have an order form and an order confirmation, but we just need one more step. So we'll call this one profit maximizer. So we need to put our profit maximizer right behind our order form here. This is because they've actually made a purchase, and we're just deciding whether or not we want to add on to their existing purchase. So now we want to go through and actually edit these pages. So if we go into our squeeze page, you can see it's going to offer us a whole bunch of different templates to work with here, and we just have to choose which style that we want to go through, whether or not we're going to be focusing more on words versus pictures. My advice to you, I'm a big fan of video, so I like to use pages where I can include some video as well. I like to get video, the opt-in button, and kind of some bullets all above the fold so that they don't have to scroll down and read any more from that. But if you're not, if you don't have any video, if it's more about, even if it's just text, even something like this, the nice thing is it lets you preview any of these templates. So if we hit preview, so here we can see I can start with a base template even like this. It's better to get started with a simple template than get stuck trying to make a video or do fancy things. So once I choose a template, it's going to build it out and create that template in this funnel step. So you can see once I'm inside here, I can go in and I can read stats about my funnels. I can see who's opted in. I can see my list of contacts because ClickFunnels will collect that information if I have forms set up that way. I can see information on sales, and then I can go in and adjust the settings of my funnel here. So what we want to do is just go in and click on Edit Page. And the nice thing is their editor is made to be, it looks like a lot, but it's actually really easy once you start using it here. So I'm just going to go in and alter this headline. Let's go with, we'll highlight this. Change the spacing. And that's how easy it is to go in and edit stuff as far as certain elements in ClickFunnels. So they break it all down into sections, rows, columns, and elements. So sections are going to be these entire green sections here. You can see you have to move your mouse just right to line this up. And there we go. So we can see inside this green section is several rows, which is going to be the blue. If we can do this just right, blue. And this row has one column, and this row has two columns. The nice thing is we can see each one of these elements if we go in and click on to Manage. So if I click on Manage, I can see there's only one section. Everything's inside one section on this page. If I have a look at the rows, click on Manage, I can see there's 3 rows. One column, left sidebar row, another one column row. My advice to you isn't to go in when you do anything. If you decide you don't need something, you have the option to delete it, but you can also click on the little eye and just hide it. And the nice thing about that is it's hidden, but if you ever need to go back, you can just turn it on versus having to recreate it again. So that's just a little pro tip for you. So the last thing I'll cover is the elements, and that's kind of all the cool stuff. So if we click on to Add Element, that's where we can see all the different types of things. So text and media, forms, content, countdown timers. If we scroll through the list here, we can see all the different stuff that's in here. Really cool things. There's a lot of things that you're going to be using over and over, but you can see they've got a ton of tools and things for you to work with. For this, we're just going to cover some main stuff, how to do your forms, and maybe throw in some video and whatnot. So you can see this is just a headline, and I've gone in here and just done a little bit of editing in here. Really simple to do. I'm going to kind of keep this the same. I'll change out some of the text here and just resume the video once that's done so you don't have to watch me do it. So here you can see I've adjusted some of the text, so I've got to change to say free mini course. Special 5-day mini course explains how to take full advantage of ClickFunnels and its awesome features. And then I've changed the button text because I like to be fairly bold with my calls of action to say, yes, I want to finally build a sales funnel to get them to click on it. Underneath that, we've got some sharing options, video over here, and that's really as simple as we're going to keep it. Now, this button is going to open up a pop-up window, and that's where the actual form is going to be. So we'll get to that in a sec here, but I just wanted to show you as far as adjusting things. The nice thing about ClickFunnels is they've laid out all of the things are fairly easy to use when you're going around and messing with things. So one of the things you're going to use is definitely top margin just to help adjust spacing. Maybe I want a bit more of a gap there. I want to line things up. Top margin is one that I use a lot. And then we can add in some subtext on this button if I wanted to. Send me the mini course, because I have to talk while I type. And then I can just adjust the text on it if I want. A little bit bigger. I can make this bigger if I want. Something like that. And then I can go in and change the button color if I wanted to. So all these settings are customizable, but my advice to you is if you want to go in, learn by trying things out and testing and playing with settings and whatnot. But if you're going to go in and mess with something, click on your element that you're going to adjust or you want to play with, and just click on clone, and then boom, I've got a copy of it right below. So now this one I can go in, and I can go into, if I want to go into the advanced settings and see what all these things do, play with different themes, right? Change it to a green button. And I want to go in and do some more of the advanced settings here, right? But this way, if I want to go in and play with some of this stuff, I don't have to worry about wrecking my button, right? I've still got my original up here. If I find something new that I want that works, then I can always just go and then just delete this element. So we'll get rid of this one for right now. And we're just about done with the layout of this page. So the last thing on here is our video. So the nice thing about this is we've got our little video inset here, and we just click on the gear to adjust the settings, and then we just put in wherever our video is. More than likely, you're going to be doing something from YouTube. So all I have to do is just go over to my YouTube video, and I can just grab the video URL. That's all I need. I want to make sure that it's laid out in this format here. Copy that. Go back to ClickFunnels, and I change my drop down to YouTube, and paste in my URL. Now I want to make sure for the squeeze pages, I like to have the video autoplay as soon as they land there. I want to turn the controls off. I just want it to play through. It's a super short video. I think it's only like 30 seconds long. And I'll turn the branding off. I just want the video to be plain on the page there. And that's really about it. So if I hit save, and then I can preview the page. This is telling me to change the name of the page because they come up with, this is the default SEO. So I'm just going to say ClickFunnels mini course. And then I can change any keywords, the name of it, attach an image to this page if I want to, but I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And then I just click preview. So here I can see my page.
Hey there, it's Sean Bailey, the Sales Funnel Nerd, and welcome to this
Email
video.
starts playing, and then to get them opt-in, all they have to do is just click this button. So here, this will open the pop-up like I was saying. There we go. So now I just have to go in and I can customize that. I like to keep the buttons the same color, so let's go in and change that. So here we can see in the bottom, it's very small, but it says opens the pop-up. So the action that this button does, you can tell this button to go to the next step in the funnel, to submit a form, or to open up the pop-up. And that setting's just up here. So if I click show, I can see what it looks like. And then I click edit to modify my settings here. So for this, all I'm going to do is just change the color of the button. Change it to there. Something similar there to the page underneath. So I can change this text if I want to, instead of sign up to get the full course. So I'm going to change this to say, get the mini course now. Now, the reason I'm using mini course, this is kind of a cool lead magnet, and I think it's actually 2 words. Let's go like that. Space it out. I just need to, the last thing that we need to do is the forms and integration. So if I click onto settings and integration, this is where I tie it into my email autoresponder. So we'll do the email campaign towards the end here, but for right now, this is where I would select and tie in. So for this one, I'm going to select drip, add them to a list, and then I've got my whole list. I've got test mini course is the one that I'm going to add them to. And there we can see, boom, connected, and that's all I need to do. I'm just going to remove this for now. I can hit save on my form here. So after I've saved my web page, I just click preview again. And there we go. Everything is get the mini course now. Yes, I'm ready to get started today. So this is perfect. And that's how easy and fast it is to edit web pages in ClickFunnels. And that's all I'm going to do for the rest of the steps in the funnel here. So I'm going to go through and do some edits on those and then resume the video so you don't have to watch me build this out. Okay, so here I am at the sales page, and so this is the one that's going to sell our core offer. Now what I've done is just thrown in a quick headline here and adjusted this. Same type of thing. I'm going to throw in the YouTube link to my video. Now, when I say the YouTube link, after you upload your video, it's going to give you a choice of whether you want your video to be public, unlisted, or private. So for videos like this, where I only want people in the sales funnel to see this, I set it to unlisted. That means they can't search and find this video on YouTube, but it'll display in my web page. Now, if it's public video, then it's available to everyone. The other option is private, and if it's set to private, then I have to send out invites to it, and private's not the one that we want. We want unlisted for the majority of the videos. For certain ones like this, where I'm putting out, content videos onto YouTube, these ones are public. But for this, I want to make sure when I've uploaded my video that I set it to private, and then I just go in here again, set this to YouTube, and then paste in my link for my VSL. Now, my VSL means video sales letter. So, like I say, I'm a big fan of video. And what I would typically do is I would have this video play on here, and then underneath that I would have kind of a smaller text version of my sales letter underneath, because I know some people just won't watch video, but if the text is there, then I can kind of cover those people as well. But initially, when I'm trying to get something out, get a sales funnel in place initially, I'm just going to go with a VSL just to make sure that I have that in place. I prefer video over text, but it's really up to you, because this could be 100% text. You wouldn't need to do a video at all if it's something that's going to hold you back. If you only want to do just a regular sales letter, then that's fine. Now on this, you can see I can lay this out and have this however I want. And like I say, instead of going in here and deleting all these elements, what I can just do is go into this, go into my sections, and then manage. So my header and navigation section, and I just turn that off, and everything just slides up nicely. So now I don't have to worry about that top bar if I don't want to, and then I've got my page set up. Same with other elements here. I'm just going to have a button. Maybe I don't need a countdown timer. That's a fairly simple element. I can go in if I want to and just delete things. And then go in here, same thing, alter the text how I need. if I don't want Facebook comments or not. I just go into my elements, manage, and then the nice thing is when I'm scrolling through the list, it'll automatically go to that particular element, right? This headline, it's up here. This headline down here, button, there it is. So it's really set up nicely as far as locating things and managing. So maybe I don't need the Facebook comments thing. Again, I could delete it, but I'm just going to hide it this time. That's it. I'm done with this page. And that's how fast it is to set up web pages. It's going to ask me about changing the SEO for this page, but I'm fine with that. We'll just say save. Preview it, and then there's my page. I don't have a video loaded in here right now. That's just the default ClickFunnels one. But that's it. That's how easy it is to go in and set up a page. So funnel building before it used to take weeks, but now it's literally days, sometimes hours, depending on the funnel that I'm building out for someone. So let's move on to cover the profit maximizer. It's probably going to be something similar to this, depending on how you're going to be doing your funnel. If it's a VSL on your sales page, your upsell is probably going to be a VSL as well. But there's lots of different ways. There's no wrong answer when it comes to your sales message. It's just what does the market respond to. So from inside ClickFunnels, I'm just going to click on Profit Maximizer, and just for speed's sake, I'm going to just go with the sales page, a fairly simple one, and then throw some text in. But what you want to make sure is, because I've chose sales page here, I want to make sure I choose under sales. I don't want to go with sales page. I want to go with one-click upsell. Now this is important. You want to make sure that you have this set up properly and then you click one-click upsell. So from here we can see a bunch of different templates. I'm going to go in and we'll just go with this one. Click on edit page, and then from inside the editor, again, you saw how easy it is to go in and change and edit all of the things. I'm just going to grab a quick headline. So here we can see we're in our one-click upsell. I've just gone in and done a simple headline here where I've changed it to say, want your sales funnel done for you, because that's kind of a nice, that's usually a nice type of upsell, something where it's done, quicker and faster for them. But there's other ways to do upsells as well. So this is just a simple one that I put in place. Again, I would link to my YouTube video that's set as unlisted. And then for my button, I don't really have to do anything. It's just got yes link for OTO. And then the other option that you have to have on this page is essentially a no link. So it's like, do you want fries with that? And they either say yes or no. Now, what you want to do is go in and customize the text on your no link. So instead of no thank you, continue to checkout, I'm going to say no thank you. I don't want an expert sales funnel builder to step in and take care of all the hard work for me, saving me hours and hours of hard work and making my life simpler. I'd rather go it alone. Something like that. So we want to make it painful for them to click the no link, but that's how you want to customize your no link on your one-click upsell page. So that's literally how easy it is to set up an upsell in ClickFunnels. And once you have those upsells and you see it actually go off in your sales funnel and how much it boosts your average customer value, you will never ever operate without again. So same thing, once I'm done, I can save and preview. I'm just going to close this page out. And lastly, we're going to go in and just set up an order form. So it goes sales page and then order form, because they've seen your sales message and they've clicked yes, I want this item. So here is the page where, we'll just go with a quick template here, where they're going to whip out their credit card and information and actually pay for the product. Same thing, we just go in and edit. Now, what I like to do on these types of pages, if possible, is include some type of video, just making, imagine any questions that they could possibly have while ordering your product, and you want to take care of it in that video. You want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to trip them up. So here we can see now, depending on whether or not, if this is a digital product, I probably don't need their mailing address and contact information. Not that that's a bad thing to have, but I generally wouldn't set mine up because I deal mostly with digital products, so I don't get billing address and physical mailing information from people. So in here we would just go in. We don't have to worry about changing anything as far as the price or product or anything. This just all gets updated through ClickFunnels. What we do want to do is change any of the layout, pictures, put in a shot of your product, throw in some bullets, make sure that we know that we convey that everything's guaranteed, everything's secure, and change a few more, like throw in your custom, your logo and branding information. So once I've done everything, I will save and preview this and customize my order form. I'm going to come back to this thank you page and do this last, but the next thing that we want to do is our order confirmation. Okay, so for here we're going to have, we've got a bunch of order confirmation pages. So we'll just grab this template right here. And so if we run through the order again real quick here, after they've seen our message and decided that they wanted to buy, they whipped out their credit card and purchased here at our order form. We've asked whether or not they wanted to take the upsell and take their order from, $27 to $97 or however you've got your pricing points set up. And then the last step is whether they chose yes or no on this link, comes the order confirmation page. So if we have a look at that, so here we can see, we want to thank them for their order, let them know that everything's completed properly, and we want to let them know, first and foremost, how do they get what they just purchased, right? So for this one here, we could set this up to go to a website or whatever link we wanted to as far as accessing their purchase. We could have this set up so that we have it behind a membership website, however we want to deliver our product. I like to include some type of video. Again, here's, everything's gone through. Congratulations. Thanks for buying this. Here's what you get. Here's a surprise bonus that you get for buying. Really, send it over the top here with this video. Last thing is set up your next funnel or, get them moving towards the next thing. So here we can set them up with a newsletter. So we've got a way to keep them in constant contact and sell to them that way. I also like to include some type of support link so that they know if there's ever any problems or questions, we got you covered. So that's our last page, our order confirmation. So if we go back to our funnel here, we can see all of our pages are pretty much set up. There might be some fine tuning, setting up some, legal and disclaimer links at the bottom, and changing out some of the aesthetics of the pages, but you see how fast and easy it is to set up a sales funnel with ClickFunnels. Now, the last thing that we want to do before we go and take care of this thank you page here is we want to go in and set up our actual product. So we don't do our product on the sales page, we actually do it on the order form. So even though this is selling our core offer, we're going to put that in here. So if we click on order form, we're going to get another extra setting up top here that says products. So any of the other pages here aren't going to have this products one. You have to click on order form and then products. So here we want to add a product to our funnel, and this is super simple. We just go add product, we give the product a name, so we'll just call this core offer for right now. Set up our billing integration, whether it's PayPal or Infusionsoft. PayPal isn't on here. Infusionsoft, Onreport, Stripe. I use Stripe, so we'll set that for there. We'll say that this one is a $47 product. Set our currency amount, and then we can set up whether or not this is going to be a subscription or a one-time purchase. So for this, it's a one-time purchase, $47. And down here in product description, that's what the customer is going to see on their credit card statement. So we'll just put in core offer for right now. And some other options when we create our product that we want to deal with here is fulfillment email. So after they purchase, they're going to get an automatic email from ClickFunnels that's going to say whatever's in the body of this here. So we want to tell them thank you for your purchase of whatever the product is. We'll say core offer. And you can access your product anytime. So if you've got a digital product, you're going to have a link to wherever. And if you've used a membership site in ClickFunnels, it lets you tie it right into the membership site. If you've got email integration that you want to use to add them to, because now that they've purchased and you want to move them over and add them to some type of customer list, you can set that up in here through your email integration. And then if you do any type of physical shipping through either of these two services, you can set that up or configure it in here. I don't do anything physical, so I've never actually used this one, but that's where you do it. So that's it as far as creating, how easy it is to create a product in ClickFunnels. So once we've got everything set up here, all we want to do is just click Create Product. And now we've got our initial $47 product. So if we look at our order form, now that we've clicked our product, so if we click on order form again, and this button here is to preview your page. Here we can see. Now I would definitely change the size and layout of this form here, but you can see right over here is the main part. Whatever name we typed in will show up here. I've got core offer, and we can see it's got the price, the correct price of $47. So that's it. They can put in their information and buy, and then we'll hit them with a profit maximizer on the next page. So the video will come up and be like, hey, do you want this actually done for you? Better, easier, faster? And then it would add on to the $47. So if we go back, we configure that product pretty much the same way. Go into our Profit Maximizer page, and because we selected one-click upsell, it's going to know that we need to set up a product. So we click on Profit Maximizer, and then we can see we've got that extra item up here where it says products. So we just click products, add product, and fill it out the exact same way. Profit maximizer, fill it out all the same way. And as you can see, it's the exact same type of product setup here. So I'm just going to go and one time create product. Oh, I have to give it an amount. Let's say 300 and create product. Boom, profit maximizer is set up, and they're going to hit with that additional offer. So they'll either buy for $47 or be worth $347 if they take the upsell. And then that's it. They get delivered everything on the order confirmation. So all we have to do is just go back and configure this thank you page. Now, if you remember from the blueprint, I called it thank you and fast track. So what this page is going to do, I'll show you a template that I've set up here and used in the past. So if we take a look at this page in the editor, you can see I've got it set up so it tells them your first lesson is on the way of your course. Good news, I just sent you the lesson 1 of the course to your email address. I have this set up to go back to the squeeze page in case sometimes people throw in fake addresses and they see, oh, this is legit, I actually maybe do want this course. This gives them a chance to go back and do it over again. So this lets them know that everything's set up, and this is all above the fold here when they see this. And then I've got, before you start the lesson, if you want to essentially get less talk and more action, then I have it set up to show them, I've got this link here, this button, set to go to the next step of the funnel, which is the sales page. Now, they're going to get sent to the sales page anyways in our email marketing, and we'll cover that in a sec. But this just allows anyone who wants to proceed forward to in kind of a nice, relaxed, non-salesy way. I let them know that, hey, you're going to get what you were promised with the mini course, and that it's happening. But I also give them a way to progress with the sales funnel. So once this is set up and done, all I have to do is just click save, preview it again, and I'm on my way. So let's talk about the last part here. We want to set up our email mini course here. So this is our lead magnet. Instead of having to create a PDF or come up with a video or do something like that, we're going to go with a mini course. And the reason why is because this gives them a sense of completion, and they know that it's not, going to go on for weeks and weeks. It's, a set term, and there's going to be some completion to it. So the nice thing about a mini course like this is you generally don't have to come up with anything new. You've probably got some content, some blog posts, some kind of information, maybe a course that you've made before, some type of training, some type of content or material that you can take and essentially chop up into 5 pieces, 4 pieces. It can be whatever you want. It could be a 10 email mini course, something where we want to kind of put a limit on it. I wouldn't go too long with it. But anywhere between, like 3 and 12, somewhere around there, I would say is good. So with this one, in my email provider, I use Drip for my email marketing. And then once I go into campaign and click on new, it lets me choose set up an email campaign, which is going to be a series of emails versus just, like a one-off email or a broadcast. So over here, it tells me this email doesn't have any campaigns yet. And I can go in and choose, it's got blueprints for me to use, so I can just go in and choose a blueprint to use. If I want, I can start from scratch, but I'm not really a big fan of staring at a blank page. So for here, all I have to do is just click Browse Our Blueprints, and they've got a mini course set up for me, ready to go. So I could do a 5-day, I could do a 4-week if I wanted to do just 1 email a week, but I kind of like the 5-day one. So all I have to do is just click Use this blueprint, and then it's going to load up just some bare bones templates for me here. So all I have to do is just go in. The first email is set up here for day 1, and then my catchy subject. So I'm just going to click on that. And then I go in, and we call it day 1, say your first sales funnel. And then all I have to do is just go in, and the template's got it all kind of laid out. So I just have to fill in all the parts here where it's got the asterisk. So thanks for checking out my 5-day crash course and for this, it's building a sales funnel in ClickFunnels. And then I would just personalize it. I'm just going to throw in some of my information so you don't have to watch or listen to me type while I talk. Okay, so I've gone in and changed a little bit of this here just so you can see how easy it is. So I've gone in and set this up. I've told them what the topic of the course is. We're going to be a 5-day course on building sales funnels with ClickFunnels. I told them who I am. Below that, here's where I'm going to paste in my content for this email. Now this could be a link to, maybe you've got some videos set up, so it's just a series of 5 emails with links to 5 videos, right? There's lots of ways that you can do this as far as the actual educational content. But if it's just text, I would paste it in here. And then I would tease with tomorrow, we're going to be going into and what the subject of what tomorrow's section of the mini course is going to be. Then I let them know if they have any questions to reply and hit me up. And then in a very soft way, a very subtle way, I tell them if you're ahead of the curve and want to get started, or you want to get going faster, or want to get more progress or more results, feel free to learn more about my ClickFunnels Kickstart program over here, and then I would have a link to it. And then with each email, I'm going to have kind of that soft sell. That's going to build up over the course of the 5 emails, right? And that's all I'd have to do. Once I'm done with this, I just click Save and Publish. And if I go back to my list of emails, we can see now that's not grayed out anymore. This one's ready to go. So it says that this one's going to be published, sent out immediately from when they subscribe. So they got lesson number 1 right away. And I could change this. Instead of day 1, I could say lesson number 1, however I wanted to do it, lesson 1 of 5. But then I would just go in and edit the rest of these emails to include the rest of the course. And that's it. It doesn't take long to go in and edit these things. And once I'm done, it'll change it from draft mode to published. But you can see up top here, this entire campaign is sitting in draft mode. So I can go in and set up all my emails. Then I'll turn on this campaign. And once that's done, I'm ready to start accepting people into my sales funnel, into my squeeze page for my mini course. So that's it. That's how you tie in your email marketing. So if we go back to our funnel blueprint here, you can see how we've gone from having it mapped out here to actually creating it and tying it all in. So you can see here now, once they land on the landing page, they get delivered the lead magnet, which is the 5-day mini course, and then we can see the gear where the automation takes over and then just sends them the email. And of course, each email is going to have a link taking them to the core offer. So the thank you and fast track page just basically is kind of a temporary thank you page, but lets them progress to the sales funnel in kind of a non-pushy way. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you take action and create one of these types of sales funnels for yourself. Don't forget to click like and subscribe below this video. And if you need more information about ClickFunnels, creating sales funnels, I'll have some great stuff in the description, as well as the little nifty pop-up thing in the corner. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.